A lot of the times our beliefs are not really our own. They're created from our family, or they're created from society, or they're created from what we watch, what we see, what we put together. There's always going to be some belief that's being interjected and surrounded by this money. Some of us grew up with not a lot of money, and some of us grew up with maybe some money or a lot of money. And maybe your belief systems might be different than somebody who had to struggle to create wealth. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Quantum Woman. I am your host, Shamina Taylor. In today's episode, we're going to talk about money mindset. It's the big talk. Everybody's teaching about it, talking about it. Everybody wants to know how they can execute it. They can become better at it. It's just, it's something that people always want to improve on, right? Your money mindset. So, what is your money mindset? Well, your money mindset is created from all of your beliefs about what you feel and think about money. So, what does that mean? Well, if you believe money is scarce, money will be scarce. If you believe that money is in abundance, money will be in abundance. You know, every time you go to invest, spend, exchange, give, whatever it is that you're taking this currency and using it, save, there's always going to be some belief that's being interjected and surrounded by this money. And a lot of the times our beliefs are not really our own. They're created from our family, or they're created from society, or they're created from what we watch, what we see, what we put together, or from unhealed shit that we have inside of us. Truth. Yeah. And some of us grew up with not a lot of money, and some of us grew up with maybe some money or a lot of money. And maybe your belief systems might be different than somebody who had to struggle to create wealth. I was at an event. I was invited to a mastermind in San Diego with Grant Cardone in September. And when we were there, he was talking about his mindset around money. He grew up in a family with a single mom, and he always believed that money was running out. He had a very scarcity mindset. He was very much in a very unhealed victim mindset for a long time. And he believed that everybody was out to get him, and he didn't want to, he thought if someone was making money, they were taking it away from him out of his pocket. He didn't believe there was enough to go around for everybody. And when he started doing some work around his money mindset, he started realizing how much of a victim he was and what he thought about money. Because, well, when you're introduced and raised to think that it's running out, you're going to believe it's running out unless you change something about that, right? I also believe if you've watched or listened to that episode about money being masculine, I believe if you haven't had a very safe masculine energy in your life, you're always going to feel unsafe around money. It's always going to feel like it's going away, because there's always going to probably that a little bit of that victim, not always, but it'll be there until you work on it. That victim mentality around there. But he said once he changed it, you know, all these beautiful things started happening in his life. He started having, people come into his life, and, that's what moved him from where he was to like billionaire status. So think about it. Somebody who's making a ton of money already still was saying he's got a scarcity victim mindset, but not until he worked on it, because he was chasing money. He was always thinking it was running out. He never felt like very safe with money. So he was always constantly, what am I going to do to get more? How am I going to get more? How am I going to bring more in? And he wasn't allowing himself to feel, that money was there to support him, because he never felt safe and supported by the masculine or money in his life. But that was a difference about being, multimillionaire to billionaire status. So when you think about your money mindset, think about, what do you think about money really? Do you really feel rich people are greedy? Do you really feel like money is scarce? Do you really feel like money runs out when they're printing it daily? What are your deep, deep, deep thoughts about money? I'm going to keep this really short because I'm going to do this in a series. But the first things first is, when you go to spend, do you feel like what you're spending goes away and no more comes back? Do you feel like if you invest, your money is going to be put somewhere else, it's going to get lost? Or do you feel safe with it? Do you feel only safe when there's a certain amount of money in your bank account? What is it? Do you feel safe having money in your wallet? Or do you feel like, That's not a safe place. I remember I was doing a talk once, and because I speak weekly on wealth consciousness on different summits and groups and stages. And one of the things that I asked the people in the audience, I always said, what is one thing that you particularly are feeling about when it comes to having cash inside of your wallet or purse? Do you carry large sums of money? And I knew the answer to why people didn't, but I wanted to hear it from them. And so what I said was, I asked a question, do you have money in your wallet right now? And many people said no. And I used to be like that until I started carrying $100 in my wallet. 100 was really easy to keep that in my wallet because I wouldn't spend it. But what if you were, carrying $1,000 or $2,000, $3,000? The more money I carried, the wealthier I became. But I asked the people, like, what would stop you from carrying that money? Well, a couple of things came up, and it was for the women. I didn't feel safe with money. They didn't feel safe. Interesting. They didn't feel safe with money. They thought somebody would come and take it from them. They could be robbed, and then that money would go away. Most men that I know that feel very comfortable with money carry a lot of it in a little clip in the front of their pockets. And they always have cash. Old timers, old school people will always have cash on them because they know cash is king, right? And they have their cards, but they love having cash because you just never know when you need the money. But a lot of women, they don't carry money because they don't feel that safety with it, because they feel like, it's going to be taken. How many times, do you feel like you're going to lose it? Are you not a grown ass woman? You're not going to lose your money, right? But it's the simplest way to start making you feel wealthy is having that money in there. But it's a mindset around it, right? It's how we're raised. While men can feel safe having their money because they could be the protector of it, ward somebody off. But a woman, she's not able to protect herself over her hard-earned money or whatever. Like I say hard-earned because that's what they think, but their money in their pocket or wherever that came from, someone's going to steal it from them and take it from them. And what will happen then, right? So what are the beliefs? Do you believe you can waste money? If you could believe waste money, guess what? You're probably wasting money. If you believe that money only comes when you work hard, guess what? You're going to be working really hard for every dollar that you have, which is not a bad thing. But what if you could work easier, more efficient, less and make more? Because I like that life. And that's what I do right now, because I had to change what I thought and believed about how money came into my life. A lot of women, if they have child support or if they have alimony, they will not feel like that money is theirs because they'll be like, well, I didn't earn it. I don't deserve it. What if all money was money, and whatever meaning you were assigning to it was because of what you thought about it, right? What you were raised with, what someone told you were supposed to think. A lot of women are not feeling safe to be multimillionaires or to feel like they can express how much money they've made because what? People might judge me. The biggest thing that I find with women in my space, when I want to celebrate how much money they've made a month, because damn right you did that. I don't want people to know, because I don't want anybody to know how much money I make, because it's private, it's embarrassing, or I should be making more, or lots of blah, 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 blah in their heads. I'm here to say, like, all women get to be freaking wealthy. We get to take away that stigma. Men all the time are posting how much money they make. The top billionaires in the world are putting what their net worth is. But if a woman does it, we have to be subjected to shame around it because there's so much freaking shame around money. So think about what your mindset around money is. Is there shame? Is there love? Is there expression? What are the thoughts? Because I tell you right now, it's probably not even about the money. But if you look at money and you think about it, you pick up that money, put it in your hand, what emotions come up, you're going to see something really deep inside of you of how you really feel about it. Because imagine if you don't really love money, or maybe you're neutral about it. I remember having this discussion with this one guy. Goes, I think money's garbage. He's like, I don't care about money. He made a lot of it, but he didn't care about it. And I said, okay, cool. You don't have to care about it. But what if you did? What if you did like it? What would it mean something? Well, if you like money, money's bad. You can't like money because it's greedy. Well, who said? Because you assigned meaning to it. What meanings have people told you you were supposed to think and feel about money? Because that's where your money mindset gets to get changed. What do you really want to think and feel about it? And money mindset needs to be a daily thing that you do every day. If you see a limitation about something, like I really want to buy that, I don't have enough money. If I really want to do this, I don't have enough money. What is money controlling in your life? I want you to work on your money mindset every single day. Commit to 15 minutes. If you desire more money in your life, well, we have to figure out what's going on in it, right? Are you someone who doesn't like to tip because you're afraid of giving extra, it's going to take away from you? Are you somebody who doesn't feel that you can have more because if you had more, someone would come and borrow it from you? If you made more, the taxes person would come take more. What you don't like, a lot of women are afraid to have more money because they're afraid they're going to lose it, back to that original example. So they stop themselves from creating more wealth because they don't feel like women should be able to have that much money. I got to tell you, I'm a multimillionaire and I love that I can have this much money. I can create so many experiences for my children. I can buy them whatever I want. We could fly away tomorrow. We could do whatever. I had no money. I started from scratch, from zero, and I don't like suffering. I don't want to know that my checks are going to bounce. I don't want to live in that. But I tell you, a lot of people were raised to suffer, so they create that suffering in their money. They create it in their wealth. What is your money mindset? How do you want to change it? Write down all your belief systems around money right now. Where can you change just a few of them this week? What could you think differently? Sometimes it takes 21 days. Sometimes it takes a year. Who knows? But what do you want to believe differently about it? Is it an overflow? Is it an abundance? Is it there for you? Are you supported by it? I always say money supports me. The time that I started saying that to myself, everything changed in my life. Instead of money is there to control me, affect me. What do you want to think about it? What do you want to feel about it? How do you want to show up in your life? Do you want to feel safe around it? Do you want to have it there for you? All right. If you like this episode, again, I'm going to talk more about money mindset coming up, lots of stuff. But if you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a review, give me some feedback, share it with somebody who might be able to benefit from this, because I dropped a lot of great nuggets in here. And sometimes it just takes hearing it a second time, or for the first time, but hearing it differently, or the third time, fifth time, 10th time, and then it lands because our consciousness shifts around what we believe to be true about money. And people who think that money needs to be stuffed in their mattresses are not going to be people that are enjoying their wealth. You hear all the time people that passed away with hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and they never lived and enjoyed their life. We came here to have a life full of experiences. And that's why I believe we get to have it all. If you want to have it all, you get to have it all. And sometimes money is affording us that experience. I love having experience with my children, taking them places, buying them things that are nice and having nice things, but taking them on a beach, being able to enjoy beautiful food, going out for dinner, having flights, having these experiences. This is what I came here to enjoy in this lifetime. Ask yourself what you came to enjoy and how could money bring you to that next level of success and enjoyment. And, just that creative place of knowing that you can create and design a life that you want, because that's what I'm doing. And I want you to join me doing it too. Again, if you enjoyed this, leave me a review. Go download my wealth meditation on shaminataylor.com. You can join the Quantum Woman group. You can go find me on YouTube at Shamina Taylor, at TikTok on Shamina Taylor. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm here to change the way women think and feel about having large amounts of money. Money creates freedom in your life to do whatever you want. I'm a single mother and I've created the most extraordinary life for my family. And I got to tell you, if I can do it, I do believe that other women can, if you also are willing to do the work to change how you think and feel about wealth and money. All right. Bye for now. Love you.